Oh hi, Rajo here in the Film Lab on thesubstream.com. If you've been following along, you know that recently we've been going crazy for chroma keying and green screens. We showed you what chroma keying is and we explained what the hell that's all about. We showed you how to set up your green screen that you rented from White's Interactive. We showed you how to light your green screen properly. And today, I'm going to show you how to chroma key your green screen footage inside your computer using a program I like to call Final Cut Pro. It can sometimes be tricky to get absolutely perfect results, but if you planned out your shots really well and you lit your green screen properly, Final Cut Pro can help chroma key your footage with very little hassle. So, enough chit chat, let's get started. Open up your project, import your footage, and throw it down into your timeline. If you don't know how to do any of this, check out our previous videos on the basics of Final Cut Pro. You can see a link to those in the description of this video. Here, I've got footage of Mike the Samurai about to embark on a quest to avenge his fallen master, which we shot right here in the Film Lab a few weeks ago. Now, since I'm going to be taking away all that green and putting in a phony background, I'm going to put this shot on layer 2, leaving room for whatever background I choose to go into layer 1. For the time being though, I'm going to throw a solid color in here, which will help me see what I'm doing when I tweak the chroma key. Something like pink or yellow, which will make any rough edges stand out even more. You'll see what I mean in a second. Next, I'm going to go into my effects and select chroma key. I'm just going to click right on it and drag it down to my footage like so. As you can see, it's already starting to work its magic, but it's not perfect, so we need to go in and adjust a few things. Double click on your footage and it appears here in this viewer. As you can see, up here there are a bunch of tabs that relate to your footage, and one of them is chroma key. Ignore it. Just kidding, click on it, duh. Okay, now we're getting to the real meat of the chroma keying process. Down in your timeline, make sure that your cursor is hovering over your footage so that it appears in the canvas viewer. This way you can see the changes you're about to make as you make them. So check it out. There are 3 slider things here. Each slider thing is controlled by moving these little knobs in and out. And if you want to tweak stuff ever so slightly, you can move the bottom knobs out diagonally. These sliders allow you to key out stuff from your footage based on color, saturation, or brightness. Like if you wanted to, you could only select the Luma slider and only key out just the brightest things in your image, color be damned. But since the best way to get the effect you're after is by chroma keying out the green color in your shot, light or dark, you'll use the chroma slider and only adjust the saturation and Luma sliders if your chroma key needs tweaking, which it probably will. And of course, down here you have these sliders, which will help you tweak the edge of your keyed out subject. See how it goes in and out like that? It'll tweak the softness of that edge, see how it gets all fluffy, and you can also enhance that edge, which enhances the edge using complicated edge enhancement science. As I mentioned, good old chroma keyer already did some of the work here for you, but it's not perfect. You need to go in and clean it up a little bit. You can tweak the exact range of green by extending these parameters, or you can even use this eyedropper to select the exact shades of green you want removed. But even still, it's not perfect. So you might need to make some small adjustments to these other sliders as well. There's no real way to teach this. It's literally something you just gotta play around with on your own. But just remember, the saturation affects the greenness of your selection and the Luma affects the brightness. Play around with those as well as the edge thinner and the softness, and pretty soon, all the green will more or less disappear. Once you get your chroma key to where it needs to be, you can then stick in your background image or footage. Here I've got a nice shot of Miami, because why not? Now, check it out. It looks like Mike the Samurai is in Miami. Render your footage, watch it a few times, and just to be sure, export it. Sometimes the effects of the chroma key in your final exported video don't exactly reflect what you see in your timeline. So give yourself plenty of time to make adjustments, as it does take some practice. Anyhow, that's basically it. Now you can put your actors in outer space or a desert or whatever. Just get a green screen, light it properly, shoot your footage, put it in Final Cut Pro, use the chroma keyer, make your crazy video, show it to people, and wow them. They're gonna think you're some kind of crazy magician wizard. Thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed this, and see you next time on the Film Lab.